G'day everyone, welcome back to Knock Loose 4x4 and Adventures. In today's video, I thought I'd give you guys a rig rundown of my car, SOOTGQ. So here she is in her former glory. It's about time we've done a rundown because a lot's changed. So this is pretty much a 6-month transformation video. And I'll tell you what, she's had a bit of an upgrade. So if you guys haven't already seen the video to when I bought her, definitely check that out before you watch this one because you'll see what I have done and what's already came on the car when I bought it. So I'll tell you guys a bit more about the car. So underneath the bonnet, we have a factory silver top engine, which we've just put an aftermarket turbo and a few extra goodies, which you'll see in a minute. Pretty much it's done 270,000 Ks on the body and motor. Never been rebuilt, never pulled the engine apart. Other than just gaskets, I've literally never had one issue with this car. Wheel bearings have been a bit iffy. That's probably been actually the biggest issue. I always find the wheel bearings tend to get quite loose on this particular model. Not too sure why, but I've tried all different methods and a few things have worked out. We've been through 2 hubs, that's for sure. So when I bought the car, it still had the original hubs on it. Never been off-road before I bought it, or minimal use I should say. It was just a little farm car. And yeah, been through 2 hubs, so we've got just some aftermarket ones that we could pick up off Marketplace. So time to get into the rundown. So starting off at the front, we've got the ARB bull bar and the scrubbies. These 2 have been awesome. Look, I wouldn't mind upgrading the bull bar in the future, but it's like, it does the job, still looks alright, mainly there for protection. So we've got the RGB halos. Obviously if you own a GQ you need these lights. I paid 30 bucks for them, so I wasn't going to say no, and just the LEDs on the road, absolutely shit on the halogens for the stock ones. We've got the King's 9-inch spotties, also 11.5 inch. They're really good. Everyone says the Kings are pretty bad, but to be honest, for the price you pay, I think that they're very good value for money. And of course we've just got the GME, so we can talk all to the lads and the people we go full driving with. So I'm just going to explain what I've got underneath the car. It's a bit hard to film on there and talk at the same time. So underneath the car, we've got a 3-inch Dobson lift kit. It's a stage 3 MRR kit. So that comes with all your panhards, extended brake lines, extendable sway bar links, obviously shocks and coils. I have replaced front coils with Tough Dog coils from one of my mates. I found it just sits a bit nicer, it's a bit more even. Pretty much what else? We've got the 35, so they're Mickey Thompson MTZs. Honestly, I love Mickey Thompsons. They're seriously one of the best tyres. You can go really low. Haven't debated these tyres yet. Never had one issue. The wear on them is insane. Like, I've probably done 15,000 Ks and you would still say I've got about 85% tread. So really great tyre. Couldn't recommend them highly enough. Also underneath the chassis, we have resprayed the whole chassis in just a tub liner spray. That honestly is this game changer, especially having a ute. You can see the chassis a bit more to just, you know, your cab chassis, sorry, your wagon. So really happy with how that turned out. We've also just got the Ride Pro steering dampener. It was just something my old steering dampener seized out really and went down to bloody Repco and got paid like 80 bucks for it. So not really a biggie anything there. So yeah, we've also got the Bendix brake pads and the Bendix brake rotors. Both of them have been charmed, really good. Don't find they lock up all too much, especially when you get mud. Really good brakes to have. So as for the canopy setup, we've gone with a 1400mm canopy and a 500mm dog box. Dog box obviously because my partner and I have 2 dogs, so works out perfect just to have it on the back there. Canopy picked up from one of my mates called Tyler. Picked this all up for $1,000 for everything that's in it. So you've just got your fridge slide, which is really good. I just got a 45 litre Waco fridge. Dual battery, which is run through your King's, obviously solar charge controller. You got solar on the roof, and then you just got all your switchboard panel and your fuse boxes. Once again, King's, like, it's cheap, but it's pretty good, pretty reliable. I've never had an issue with it. If you have, leave it down in the comments, let me know what it has been. And on the outside, we just run the Titan drawers. So nothing really going on too much here. A little bit of 12 volt, but I didn't want to go over the top. I don't really need an inverter or anything, because when we go camping, it's probably about a week max. Some of the bigger trips, but most of the time we just go away for weekends because we have work and all that. So To be honest, it's been really good. Obviously, fire extinguisher is a must. It's really easy to get to, even if something happened in the engine or in the cab. You'll be able to jump out, get it lickety split, no worries. So that's pretty much what's going on there. And yeah, it's been a great setup so far. I can fit everything I need to fit in there for long weekends. And yeah, it's just set up perfectly to how I need it. Keeps the weight all pretty much before the diff, other than the dog box. And the dog box is TC boxes. So when it comes to the drawer setup, done pretty simple. So when I go camping, we usually have like all our food and just utilities in here. Honestly, King's drawers can fit a lot more than what I expected. And then this side is the heavy side. It's got all my tools, all my stuff that I need for the GQ. So just your basic stuff, brake fluid, yeah, just 12 volt shit, and nothing really too much going on in there. Just a big mess really. So that's the canopy setup, and that's the dog box setup. So this build has been going on for about 6 months now. And to me, this is how I've always dreamed of owning a ute. It's decked up so I can go away a long periods of time, and I've seriously had never one issue with the car itself. So underneath, I've got a 147 litre aftermarket fuel tank. Would help if my fuel gauge worked, so I always base my Ks off fuels. I average about 15 litres on 35s and the lift kit. I believe that it was tuned from the owner before me, because yeah, the fuel economy has never been an issue. I can get about just over 1,000 to a tank on those longer trips, so really good fuel economy. As soon as you go full driving, obviously it'll bump up to about 18 to 19 litres when you're giving it a fair bit of right boot, which I always do. So yeah, let's have a look underneath the bonnet. So underneath the bonnet, this is where all the magic happens. So we've still got the same turbo and intercooler and airbox setup. I haven't tampered with that, just running a bit more boost now. So turbo, we've got the 18G Mamba turbo, that's still running about 12 PSI. We did bump it up to 14 PSI and found it wasn't a big power gain, so we just bumped back down to 12 where we know it's pretty safe. At the front, we've got the 600x300 intercooler. This is the bad boy that keeps our whole car good. The temp is really good in this car. Never really exceeds over pretty much a quarter on the dash. I haven't got around to putting the EGT gauge yet, or hooking up, sorry, my 3-in-1. We've also still got the 4-inch Fat Fabs airbox. Once again, game changer. When I bought the car, I didn't realise it wasn't properly sealed. So we've sealed it now, and that's all good. Got the Sentry battery to run all the electronics, so we've got the winch obviously connected to that, just the RGB lights and a few of our spotties. So nothing really too much going on there. Really good setup. We've got the diff breathers as well. Diff breathers, seriously, the #1 thing you do to a car when you buy it. Really, really important. You just want to make sure you're not getting mud and shit in your diff or your transmission like Paddy. Yep, don't back up, just get past the sleep. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. So yeah, really big learning curve is to get diff breathers, and if you don't have them, just go down. They cost you like $90 off eBay or $40, and install them yourself. They're really, really not that too hard. So other than that, never had an engine issue. We have replaced the rock cover gasket. Nothing too much going on there. It's also been upgraded with the Gday heavy duty clutch. Done all that ourselves. Also done just your rear main seal, because that was starting to weep out a bit of fluid. Really good learning, obviously learning an old GQ, really robust, and comparing it to, you know, say Pat's Hilux or my old Prado, these are just so much easier to work on, especially when you don't have any mechanical knowledge to learn on your own car. And you know, if your brakes on, it's not too expensive, then that's a win in my eyes. So I forgot to mention, we've got the Ocam towing mirrors. These were the first things I did, because the old ones were shit, and as soon as you hit 40Ks they just fold. So that was a really big upgrade. One of the more expensive things. They cost about $600, but seriously, safety comes first no matter what. Still got the weather shields. Another thing pretty cool to have, but just cheap. eBay, $60. And Safari snorkel, which came on the car. Personally rate the Safari better than Stanos. Yeah, Stanos sound sick and look really cool, but practicality, can't beat a Stano. Can't beat a bloody plastic snorkel. So I really would have loved to make more content of this car, but obviously time's really scarce these days, especially with work. Sometimes the last thing you want to worry about is filming, and when you've got a convoy of 8 people, or 8 cars, sorry, it gets really hard to film. So I do apologise for that. Hopefully we'll get a bit more content out before I'm looking at parting ways with this car. I've had her for about 6 months now, and she has been nothing but brilliant and amazing. But it's the time I need to upgrade. I really want to go back to having a wagon. Having a ute is awesome, and the camping side of things is awesome. But I really want to have my mates in my car, something a bit more comfier, and get around to doing a bit more touring. GQs are great for touring, but to me they're more of a hardcore off-road car. There's a reason why these win most of the winch competitions. There's a reason why they're always on 40-inch tyres to them off. It's because they can do it. I'm not saying that any brand can't, don't dig me for that. But yeah, I think it is time to part ways with the car pretty soon, so hopefully I can get a little bit more content out. Let us know what you guys want to see, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Cheers.